inviting us up. I think I'm speechless when I take a look, around me and see how far this university's athletics program has come under the leadership of Ashley and Dr. Wright. I make no qualms in saying this, and I'm directing this to Dr. Wright. I think ultimately your legacy will be this athletics program. What has happened here is something that thousands of people dreamed about for many years. I recall when I was here, and I just had this conversation with Fred, we had difficulties getting the restroom open, and then when it opened, the water didn't run, right? So we brought in porta potties, came out just to facilitate the football game. And God forbid if it rained real hard, it was, a mud slide in the middle. Well, no more. Magnificent facility, a first-class facility for the student athletes at Prairie, but more importantly, a facility that the alumni should be proud of and now can come and enjoy all that college football have to offer at Prairie. So I would like to thank you personally. I haven't done it before, but I would like to thank you personally for your leadership in this athletics program. I think that will be your legacy when they write the history. So thank you very much. As it relates to the football game, 9 of 11, but I have some statistics of my own that I bring with Coach Haywood. Don't listen to Dwayne just got here. He only been here 2 weeks. I'm not quite sure how he's the resident historian. But according to my records, in the last 4 years since the tide has turned, and I won't be like President Bush, I know how and what a tide turn means. And the definition of tide turning means that Prairie View now is on top. But in the last 4 years, the record is 2-2, Ashley Roberts. Texas Southern is 1-2, and Prairie View is 1-2. Write that down, I got another statistic for you. The new coach is 3-0 in the last 3 games, right? There's another statistic for you, Dwayne, that, and let me put this out. The overall record of the facility that's being open, y'all beat us, I guess they would say that. Y'all came to our facility. So Coach Haywood has a debt to pay. And the last thing on that I would say is the visiting team has won the last 4 games of this legislative class. So in my opinion, I think we're in good shape. I've read all of the blogs, Coach Simmons, you have to get up here and take any shots at us. I know that you're the #1 offense in the nation and the #2 defense in the nation. You got everybody coming back. You're preseason #1 in the SWAC. You've already, according to Ashley, booked your reservation to Atlanta for celebration. And I realize that we're, as Dwayne said, part of this tide turning stuff. Only thing I can tell you, Coach, we will be here on Sunday. Not quite sure if we're going to be ready to play. I'm not quite sure if we're going to do anything other than just show up. We rebuilding. We're young, right, Coach David? We're rebuilding this off of the lies Ashley said last year. Y'all know that I haven't done anything to regurgitate what Ashley said last year. We're young. We're just going to show up. Ashley pulled me to the side, Charlie. There's absolutely no way we're going to win this ball game. I just hope y'all know it there. So Ashley, I realize that there's absolutely no way that we're going to win this football game. I just hope that you don't embarrass us. But I think it's only fitting that Texas Southern opens up this new football stadium. And when they again write the history books, I think it's only fitting that these 2 institutions that are so tied at the hip have the opportunity to make history on national television. And I know, as it always has, it always will be a wonderful game. So again, I thank you for the opportunity. Thanks for listening, and congratulations, Prairie, on such a wonderful facility.
Since it's here at Prairie, I want to take a point of privilege here. Too often, because we're competing against TSU in football, and rightfully we want to win and they want to win, it brings out a rivalry in people, but I cannot let it pass that you have to know that I said the other day that Charles McClellan was not here, that whatever success we have, it's built on the backs of other people. Charles McClellan was here when we were moving in the right direction. And Charles McClellan is the first athletic director I ever worked with as president. So much of what I know, Charles McClellan was a part of. I actually have said from the moment I realized our first game would be a home game, I said I did not want to play Texas Southern next week. I have said that for almost 2 years. I would rather, I'm not going to name any other school, but I said I would rather play anyone else for the reasons that Dr. McClellan had just said. I realized what happened when we played them there and so forth. And also, Texas Southern has been very competitive since Dr. McClellan has been there. If you look at them in all sports, they have probably won more championships than anybody in the SWAC. So again, I want to publicly say how much I am personally indebted to Charles McClellan for being here. And so someday, when he's retired, he will probably have a plaque somewhere appropriately here as well.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wright. Every stat you said was accurate. Every stat was accurate. Please bring to the podium first-year head coach of Texas Southern University, Michael Hayden.
When I was a kid growing up in Houston, Texas, and the Houston Chronicle, I used to read all the time with my grandfather's on Sunday after they would St. Peter's Mass at 12 o'clock. And there was the title, Which One Does Not Belong? And I used to go through there and circle the ones that didn't belong. Yeah. And if you would check Dr. McClellan's cell phone, you would understand which one doesn't belong, and that's me. Because I will not talk any smack. No smack whatsoever. It is an outstanding opportunity to be in this lovely facility. Had an opportunity to go downstairs and see the locker room that we're going to be in a few days from now. What a great facility in which they've built. We appreciate the opportunity to come here and open up your stadium. Coach Willie Simmons has done a tremendous job in his first year building an outstanding football team. Returned a lot of starters and played really well. As I stated to him, when I watched their film last year, they're the most physical football team that showed up to play Texas Southern. And as you can ask our players, we talk about physicality every day. We talked about physicality starting at 6 o'clock this morning. And our goal is to be the most physical football player and team on that field on Sunday at 5 o'clock. The most physical football team, no matter if you basketball fast break on grass or if you pro style, the most physical football team is going to win, and it's going to be one in the trenches. We look forward to the opportunity. Great AD, great football coach, great president who's built a lovely place, and we just look forward to the opportunity to play Texas Southern and aspire to be as good as Texas Southern, or to be as good as Prairie at the end of the year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach Haywood. This time we'll hear from second-year Prairie A&M head coach, Willie Simmons.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming out today. I see a lot of familiar faces. Of course, our esteemed administrative staff is here in front. Always great to see them. My beautiful wife is here as well. They always support me in all my endeavors. And all the media outlets, we appreciate you guys for being here for such a joyous occasion. Like Coach Haywood said, Dr. McClellan, this is a joyous event. This is a huge event. We understand the importance of this game. Of course, from the time I got hired as head coach here at Prairie A&M, my goal has been to build a championship program. And we understand to build that championship program, we have to go through Texas Southern. It's always the first game of the season. It's always the Labor Day Classic. For years and years, it's been that way. And I'm sure for years to come, it will be that way. So for us as a football team, we understand the importance of being ready to play. have a polished up game, so to speak. You know, a game where we can work out some kinks and maybe mess up a few times and hopefully we're better than the team we play against. That's how the other 8 teams in our league start out. You know, for us, this game has everything on the line. The conference championship is on the line. Our conference standing is on the line. But more than that, our pride and joy is on the line. Because for 364 days after this game, there will be bragging rights after we won. There's a trophy at stake. So there's a lot of great things taking place here. There are also a lot of stakes at hand. So as a football team, it's been our coaching staff's job to get these young men ready to play. I know Mike personally. I've seen the job that he's done over the course of a long coaching career that's expanded over multiple levels, from the highest level, from his time as a player at Notre Dame to his time as a head coach at Miami, Ohio, where he had the largest single season turnaround in NCAA history, taking a team that was 1-11 to 10-2. So we understand the caliber of coach that we're facing against this coming game. And so it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great atmosphere. We're very humbled to be able to open up our brand new stadium against our in-state rival, Texas Southern. We know there'll be a ton of fans here, not only inside the stadium, but around the stadium. And again, we're just excited about what's taking place here. I'm thankful and grateful to my athletic director, Mr. Ashton Robinson, for his vision for this program, not only in football, but the other sports as well. I'm thankful to our president, Dr. George Wright, for his vision, for supporting us in athletics, for understanding the importance of intercollegiate athletics and what it does for the university as a whole. Thank you for the administrative staff for the things that they do for our student athletes, and ensuring that they're taking classes that go on to help them matriculate through college to be productive citizens once they leave here. So we're thankful to the student body for everything that they've done to support us, to be at games, all sporting events, and just showing great school pride and traditions. And then to our alumni base, we're thankful for the commitment that they've given monetarily and support to allow us to have such a great facility. And so it's an honor, it's a privilege, it's humbling to be your head football coach here at Prairie A&M. And again, we're going to do our best job to open up the stadium in the right possible way for Prairie A&M. Of course, that means bringing home the victory against Texas Southern. So thankful to everyone. Glad to see you all here today. Hopefully we'll have a great event, great weather next Sunday on national TV, and hopefully these two great institutions can be highlighted by what we get to do, by what we want to be. Hopefully we can highlight the great things that both universities do offer to you. So thank you all. God bless you.
Perhaps other than Dr. Wright, I don't think there's any person on this campus other than Dr. Wright who's had a bigger smile over the past several months than that late director here at Prairie A&M University, Ashton Robinson.
Good afternoon. As I always say, it's a great day to be a parent. I'm not going to talk about stats today. We said we was going to play nice yesterday, but I want to talk about commitment. It's very rare, Dr. Wright, to have a president and an executive team that supports athletics. And I really do seriously mean that. Dr. Wright, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, from all our coaches and all 350 student athletes, thank you for the commitment and believing in athletics and giving us what we need to be successful. And that's taking care of our student athletes point. That's a very big concern to me, the welfare of our students. And having an administration and a president that understands that, I want to say thank you. To all my vice presidents for your support. I know athletics sometimes we ask a lot of favors of you all. I ask you all to be here for a reason today, and I thank you for your support. Thank you for everything you've done for athletics. That really means a lot. Now on to the game. I can say it's going to be a lot of points scored on Sunday. We're going to play some great defense, and we definitely going to be aggressive on Sunday as well. Student athletes, one thing that we're going to do, our student athletes are going to perform, and we're going to make sure we give them what they need to perform. So I want to thank the media for coming out. I want to thank Coach Simmons for his commitment and coming in and doing a great job and securing the vision that we have for this program. So again, thank you all for coming out. I'll see you on Sunday.
At this time, we'll have the announcement of the Ben Hill football watch list. by Dr. Jonathan Bill of HBCU Sports Lab.
Just want to say thanks for this opportunity. Thank you. I would like to add amongst that resident sports consultant. I think it's important that you understand in regards to the entertainment value that is going to be available for you this Sunday. 3 of the last 4 games have literally come down to the last second of the field. These games have the ability to not only entertain you, but entertain you in a value that we all should appreciate. And that is not just those that are here, but out to the media in regards to covering the value that comes with covering the SWAC, particularly Texas Southern University and Prairie University, and why I've labored intensively over the years to do that. That is my part of giving back to my institution, both Prairie University and Texas Southern University, more important as well. Without further ado, I am proud to announce the 2nd annual Ben L. Calvo Senior Big Band Award presented by Prairie Sports. Watch this. There are a lot of student athletes that have put in a great deal of work over the years, and this is an opportunity for us to celebrate them and the work they have done. So what is this about? Ben L. Calvo Senior Big Band Award presented by Prairie Sports was announced in 2015. Last year was the inaugural year by the SBA Inc., recognizing the top player in HBCU football that also exhibits the enduring characteristics of being defined Ben L. Calvo Senior, which is determination, diligence, integrity, performance, familial, teamwork, fraternal, and community engagement. Ben L. Calvo, for those that may not realize, actually played football in the SWAC. The first decade that the SWAC came into existence in 1920. He played at Wiley College, a luminary program at that time, private institutions that opened the gateway along with Prairie that were founded under the Southwestern Athletic Conference and later Texas Southern University. But that first decade in 1920, if you think about what was going on, and the course that I lectured at Texas Southern University that studies the history of HBCUs, particularly the angle of sports, what we talked about in 1920, which was the best of times, and oftentimes what other people say, the worst of times. When you look at 1920, you're looking at the backdrop across the landscape in New York. You had what was now called the Harlem Renaissance, at that time the New Negro format. So you had a lot of artistic music, designs, writers of that time that were luminaries. But if you go out throughout the South, you also had a time that was turbulent in this country in regards to the greatest period where people of color, African Americans as we call them now, and oftentimes misled in regards to also Mexican Americans, were hanged at an unprecedented rate. So 1920 was the best of times and also the worst of times. So we're going to celebrate that for the best of what it was. He played from 1925 to 1929 at Wiley College. Pittsburgh Courier was what we would look at today as the USA Today of the time. It was a national newspaper that covered African American facts of all nature. And in this particular, they had what they call the All-American list. He was an All-American twice, a second team in 1928, a first teamer in 1929. He was a Coal Black College National Championship in 1928. He won 4 SWAC championships in a 5-year period of time. In 1925, Prairie now plays in the State Fair Classic. The inaugural year of the State Fair Classic was in 1925. Last year was the 90th anniversary. I really was excited and tried to get the information out at that time. But that is a lot of history that we have right here in our repository that we need to make sure that we illuminate and tell the world that this didn't just start yesterday. Right? So with that information, he played as a freshman in that first game in 1925. At that time, they called it the State Fair Classic Day for the Negroes. That's what we termed at that time. It was actually played on a Monday. which actually is the genesis in a lot of people's eyes to Monday Night Football. So there's a lot of history that I would like to share and make sure we do not forget. Without further ado, I will name these individuals. The preseason watch list, top 7 that I think you should focus at, that are very talented, and I will read their names. I won't go through the statistics. Documents are on the back of the table there. You're welcome to pick up whatever information is necessary for you to also help us get this information out. Marquise Werfel of Alcorn State University, a wide receiver out of San Antonio, Texas. He was 2015 SWAC newcomer of the year. Very talented guy that needs to keep your eyes on. Number 80, Derek Griffin at Texas Southern University, a wide receiver in Houston, Texas. 2000 SWAC freshman of the year, also in basketball, 2-star scorer. He pretty much won all the awards that were there for me in terms of 3 or 4 offensive, defensive, and newcomer of the year. And I'm not sure if they were understanding the freshman award because he probably had a chance to take that away, but they was like, we gave it free. Just be nice. But that just lets you know how talented he is. Keep your eye on those individuals during the year. Then there's a guy named Caleb Johnson out of Howard University, a quarterback. He's fighting for the position, but he has a chance to do a lot of good work this year. He's right there in our backyard out of Prairie, Texas. Marquise O'Leary, Prairie A&M University, a safety. Coach told you, check out this defense. Well, this guy is able to bring the wood. Montana, California. He was a 2015 second-team All-SWAC selection. Eric Evans out of Tennessee State University, a running back out of Dallas. So keep your eyes, don't forget, I know we fighting for the celebration bowl with the SWAC and the MEAC, but we have a talented team in Tennessee State that we need to keep your eyes on because they'll try to sneak up on you as well. So keep your eyes on Eric Evans, his running back. 80 carries for 413 yards and 6 touchdowns as he tries to get it done as well. Right here, quarterback, Prairie A&M University quarterback, Beaumont, Texas, Trey Green. Leader of this team is Coach Illustrated, a guy that you must keep your eyes on. He has the ability, if things go in his direction, obviously the coach wanted to focus on the team, but he has the ability to go to the next level, like many of these guys. So keep your eyes on these players. Then let's not forget another guy, defensive end, Cornelius Henderson out of Jackson State University. Defensive end that's very talented out of Duncanville, Texas. He was the Ben L. Calvin Senior Big Ben HBC Football Award finalist along with Trey Green. So 2 guys are back from last year that were finalists. As Dante Aver was the finalist and won the award last year. He also was winner of the online vote. He had over 25,000 clicks on the website, active engagement to let you know in terms of 52% of the vote. So very high. Shortly as we close out, there are a couple of guys that I want you to also highlight in terms of guys that you should watch. That is Red Gibson from Morgan State University, a linebacker from Houston. Devon Reed, Prairie A&M University defensive lineman from Houston as well. Dominic Woods, Morgan State University offensive lineman of Dallas. DeMonte Miles, he's out of Langston University, that's the NAIA level. Very solid guy, defensive lineman out of Dallas. Mark Orozco, Grambling State University at Kicker, Denton, Texas. Joshua Freeman, Prairie A&M University, offensive lineman from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Dominic Weaver, Prairie A&M University, defensive back out of Dallas. Then you have Layden Marlboro out of Morgan State University, a wide receiver from Beaumont, Texas. Ricky Fitz, Morgan State University wide receiver right out of Port Arthur, Texas. Last but not least is Octavius Miles of Alabama A&M University, a wide receiver out of Mesquite, Texas. So those individuals from Texas should surely be proud about the depth and talent of what goes on in terms of football in the state of Texas. Many of us talk about it on various levels, but we have it right here at our HBCUs. And so the last thing I will talk about is making sure that you get your tickets to be ready on November 30th, that Wednesday, at the Crown Plaza. We will be celebrating the winner with our banquet dinner, so we're really excited about that time. You will be able to get your tickets. The last thing I would say is, while we're very proud of what ESPN is going to do in terms of televising this, we want to make sure that we get more information out on both Prairie A&M University and Texas Southern University. So we've taken to the challenge that HBCUGameDay.com presents Dr. Neville inside the HBCU Sports Lab radio show with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. We'll do a special streaming digital telecast of our weekly radio show right here behind the tailgate parking lot. We'll start off with a pregame set from 10 to 11. prior to the BX Challenge. We'll talk about that matchup. We'll give you all the inside information you need to know. Then a main set between 2 and 4, right after the BX Challenge and before the Labor Day Classic. We'll go in-depth knowledge of what you should watch out for during the Labor Day Classic. Keep people to watch. And post-game will be 8 to 9 after the Labor Day Classic. We'll wrap up and tell you why, who won the game and what they did to be successful. So we're really excited about bringing that to your attention, giving the opportunity to showcase HBCU sports, particularly Texas Southern University and Prairie A&M University, about what all we bring to the table, both athletically and academically. With that, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bill, for not only the watch list, but also that great history lesson of how far we've come to this point in 2016. Just a few brief reminders. Don't forget the Touchdown Club Luncheon on Wednesday afternoon at the Power Center. Friday morning, Southwick Golf Course. Labor Day Classic Golf Classic hosted by Prairie A&M. And of course, Sunday, 5 p.m., right here to your left. 32nd Labor Day Classic between the Texas Southern Tigers and the Prairie A&M Panthers. Thanks for your attendance as always. For key information, visit pbpanthers.com. Have a good day.